So there we go. Now it's going to soon be online. Just going to wait and see if everything is working. And see so all the audio levels are what it should be. Also, we changed the way we stream a little bit this time. We have another microphone and stuff like that. So I hope it will work as well. Also, the version that you're going to be seeing here is not the final version. We have still some graphic stuff to do, so it looks terrible right now. But I think you'll get an idea of where we're headed and what's going to be included in the next version. The next version, which I call the Minecraft Online version, is going to include. Well, we're going to start a beta where a lot of you are going to be able to host or join servers that we set up. And through this, you're going to be able to play with your friends, and friends will be able to join your server even when you're not playing. And you will be able to start the server when you see fit. So let's go through a little bit of how this works. So as you can see here in the new start menu, we have two options instead of three. We have the play button and the options one. I'm going to go to the play one. And as you can see here, here are all the servers that I have previously started locally, and they're called Tenden on the name world here, and I can join them just by clicking them here. But the important thing is what's under this tab, the Realms tab. Now, as you can see here, I can currently join two different servers, indicated by this green light over here, that they are online. Amir342 is one of the developer on the Minecraft Pocket on the Minecraft Realms team, and as you can see here, for my server here, it's only named hosted P now, but we're going to change that later. If I go into admin mode for that one, I can, as you can see here, open and close. Well, okay. So the open and close doesn't work quite as it should on Android yet, but it works on iOS and our other builds. And I can also invite and delete people from my whitelist. And that's basically all that you need to do on a hosted server. Later on, we're going to add ways of like recreating a world and creating it with a different seed and a different game mode and so on. But for now, the create world screen is going to basically look like this, which is what you can already do today. So you can enter the name, the seed, and select if it's going to be creative or survival. And that's going to be the same for the Minecraft Online worlds. I'm going to join my world here while I talk a little bit about the beta. So the beta is going to be limited, but it's not going to be as limited as the PC version. So initially we're going to just bring in maybe like 1,000 people or something like that. But I'm hoping that we can scale it up to maybe 100,000 or something like that within the first week. And we discussed a little bit on how we're going to do this. And I think that hold on. And I think that the consensus that we've gotten is that, sorry about that, we just had a few technical difficulties, is that when you use the game and when you go in and check the rounds list and stuff like that, we can see that you're actually playing the game, and people who are more active is going to be getting these beta keys earlier than the rest of you, and we're going to see how well this beta scales up. Our hope is that we can release the next version as soon as possible. It's going to include a few fixes like survival world. Okay, so it's going to contain a few fixes, like for instance, there is no chat in this version, where there's simply not enough time for us to. What is happening, and why do I not take damage? this is some kind of bug. We're going to fix this in the future. Obviously, some sort of packages changed between the server and the client right now. But that doesn't matter. So anyway, in order to get this beta invite, you only have to play the game, and then we're going to select people who play the most, probably, and you're going to be able to create a world for free. And then when we see that everything like that is working, and when we have time to implement stuff like chat and things like that, we're going to release it more broadly. Okay, so that's the new version. Oh, and also I can show you the new options screen here, where you can basically do everything that you want done before. Oh, as under experimental, you can see here we have. Yeah, okay, so we have smooth lighting. I'm going to go in game and I'm going to show you this. So let's go to the creative world here. And let's go to option screen. Oh, you can also change options from in-game now. And there you have it. And it's running pretty smoothly actually here on my device. The smooth lighting in-game. You can't see anything right here, but so that is working. We hope. We put it under experimental because we don't know if it will work on every device. But we're going to find out eventually. Also, you'll be able to change the D-pad size over here. Yeah, so that's what's new with the next version. There may be a few more gameplay updates. We haven't actually finished those yet, so I'm not going to make any promises about what they can be. But there are going to be a few more changes, and that's why it is possible that we will delay the release another week, so that it will be released in the first week of May. Now let's open up for some questions and see how it goes. We will not have added redstone and mobs, another mobs in this version. I'm not entirely sure about buckets yet. I think it's very possible that they will be included in this version, but I guess we'll see. Joining servers is free, yes. So all your friends will be able to join your server. Currently, at the most, 10 people can be online on a server at a time, but the whitelist can contain any number of people. I'm thinking that the update will come out the first week of May. So that's where we are right now. Skins. We are thinking about doing a mix of how skins work on the PC version and how they work on the Xbox version. So I hope that we will be able to release skin packs for the Pocket for Pocket Edition as well, but then also try to implement some sort of custom skins for the phones as well. Sneaking. There are some controller limitations currently. We don't really know how to put the sneaking in, but I think that we are going to add it eventually. We just need to figure out exactly how we want to do this. And this month has been there's been a ton for me to do, and both Aaron and Jeb has been working on scrolls and Minecraft, so we haven't had that much time to work on it actually. Now here's a lot of questioning happening. We're not going to add drag and drop crafting. We have experimented with it in the past, and we didn't really feel like it worked the way we wanted it to work. I think that in the future we'll probably make some changes to how the crafting system is now, just to make it more fun. But I think that it will basically be the same as it is now. Remember also that when you're on a mobile phone, you can't just switch tab to a wiki and check out how to make different recipes. So it will probably still be quote unquote easier to play than the PC version. Sprinting has two issues. Partially due to the control issues, like how we want to actually sprint in a game, but also we need to add some sort of limitations to when you can sprint and things like that. The current... Okay, so I'm going to lower my mic here a little bit. Okay. So yeah, sprinting. There's also the issue of we don't want it to be sprinting all the time. The regular PC Minecraft version has food in it, and we're still a little bit far away from actually implementing food. I feel in Pocket Edition, but maybe at some point in the future we will add that as well. Just for initially things like sprinting. About redstone, it will be included in the future. We just haven't had time to work on it for right now, and it's probably not on the top of features to be implemented, but I'm pretty sure it will be implemented this year. About caves, this is a little bit the same thing as requested, like bigger worlds and stuff like that. I do think that we are going to have them in the future. We are going to need a lot more testing, but like for what we call faster devices now, I don't really see a problem with adding caves. But the thing is that those devices can't play with people running slower devices, or at least the people with the slower devices will have a poorer gaming experience. So we're still thinking about how to do that and how to make it work for everyone. So let's see, there's a lot of questions coming in here. Yeah, so chatting will be added in the next version, not in this one, because we simply don't have time to do it. But right away after we've submitted this version, I'm going to add shading as well. Breeding is still somewhere off to go. I think we are going to add that fairly soon, if not at least this year, I think. We are thinking about implementing Enderman as well. He may come soon if we can get some more development time on Pocket Edition. We will see. Music in-game. I'm pretty sure that we're going to have music in-game within the next four updates, I would say, at some point. Minecarts. We are going to add minecarts as well this year, I think, but not right now, because we don't have time for them, and since the worlds are still pretty small. But I think we are going to add them, especially if we add stuff like caves and bigger worlds and stuff like that. So the I'm not sure we're going to call it the ODA 7.0 because it's still going to be a beta version. There are a couple of features in the works right now that are new, but I don't really want to talk about them because they don't work precisely as they should yet. So we're going to wait a little bit and hold off on that until we actually release the update. I'm going to do my best to add buckets. We're going to just make sure that they don't break anything, and so that could be one new update that we are looking at. About the sun and moon and snow and rain. I really do want to continue working on the sky, but currently there's a few features that really need work more than we will not add support for Bluetooth multiplayer. We currently use a network library that's helped us out a lot, and it doesn't support Bluetooth currently, so that's why we're not going to add that. I think that this year we're going to add support for bigger maps. I'm not sure how big those bigger maps are going to be. I'm hoping that they will be at least the size of Xbox worlds. The inventory, when you connect to worlds, will be saved. It doesn't currently, but it will be before we release this beta version. We will not support texture packs right now. It's just a lot of overhead for us to handle that at this point. So should we do a couple of more questions? Enchanting is way in the future. I mean, it's great and all, but there is so much more stuff we want to add before we get to enchanting. I think that we will get there in the future. So about snapshots, we could probably do snapshots at least for a limited user base, but it's currently very difficult, and this is partially due to the way that mobile devices are developed. We do not want those kind of buggy beta versions to not everyone should be able to actually play the snapshots, because they can actually damage stuff and be very unstable, and we don't really want that. The C++ version or the Pocket version is a lot more volatile than the Java version for PC, for instance. So yeah, that's where we are with that. We're not going to do that. Oh, and also just the overhead of actually building a release and sending it out to people is very big, so it would slow down development time quite a lot. So commands. The first version will not have in-game commands. You will be able to just, if you go to the server, this manage server page is going to have most, if not all, of the options that you're going to need. So for instance, if you're going to kick a player out of a game, you just go out here, you go to manage server, and then you just delete the invite for that person. Multiplayer is free, but hosting a server actually costs money. So the person setting up the server will need to pay us for it, because we are going to host the server and make sure that it's running all the time and stuff like that. And it will be a monthly fee. We don't know how high it's going to be yet, because we haven't tested it out yet. And when the first tests is done and we've added 100,000 players or so, we can we can see where we are. So should we do one more question?
Sure.
Do you have a question, Daniel?
I have a question. Let's see what the people say. I see a lot of questions about Redstone. You probably answered this previously in the talk.
Yeah, okay, so more about Redstone. It will be released later this year, I'm pretty sure it will. It's a huge feature to actually add Redstone, especially now since the PC Minecraft version just released some fixes to Redstone. We're going to wait until those bugs are all sorted out and things like that before we start implementing the same Redstone system, basically. So it will be consistent and just work. Oh, and also the camera. We are going to add a camera, but it's a lot of work for a kind of a small feature, but we will add it really soon. Okay, so let's. Okay, this will be the last question about villages. Since the maps are very small, I don't know if we're going to add villages anytime soon. We are certainly going to add stuff like caves and bigger world before we actually get to that point. So I think that we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to start doing this kind of stream like on a bi-weekly basis or something like that. So if you have more questions, actually in the future we're going to let you people mail the questions in advance, because the chat was a bit crazy, a lot of messages. But yeah, so the new version will be released the first week of May, and it's going to include the beta of the multiplayer. After that has been released and it seems to be working, about a month later we're going to release a updated version of that, which is going to be the final version, where you can actually buy the servers. We're going to have chat. I'm hoping that we were going to have some sort of skins in the game, and all these other things. So, and also more game elements, of course, since we're going to have a little bit more time to do that. And so yeah, that's where we are right now. I'll talk to you more in 2 weeks time,